Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestant. Player one. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are as follows: medical talk, board game history, death, I resign, classic rock opening lines, and the Old Testament. Player one. This term refers to the painful inflammation of any of the fibrous structures that connect muscles to bones. Okay, player one. Right.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. To test for visual acuity, the Snellen chart is designed to be read from this many feet away. The correct response is 20 feet. Please. It begins, I swear by Apollo, physician, and Asclepius. Here's the correct response. The Hippocratic Oath. Luteinizing hormone is one of the many produced by this cherry-shaped gland. Okay, player one. That's not it. Here's the correct response. The pituitary. Please. Here's Jimmy with the clue.
When an injury like a cut is sustained, these blood cells change shape, become sticky, build up on the wound, and form a plug.
It's player one. Here's the correct response. Thrombocytes. Please. Charles Darrow created this game in the Depression while dreaming of fame, fortune, and his summers at the Jersey Shore. Let's hear it, player one. That's it.
Yeah! Woo!
A game imported from India is called both Shoots and Snakes and These. Yes, player one? That's right. Way to go. Please. While out of work, Alfred Butts created this word game by mixing anagrams with crossword puzzles. Let's hear it, player one. Hey, you're right. Hasbro says this game was invented by a wealthy couple while aboard their luxury boat. Yes, player one? That's right. Way to go. Hey, you're on the plus side. Player one. In the 1950s, Parker Brothers took a French game called Conquest of the World and turned it into this. We're talking about Risk. Player one. Bubonic plague's more descriptive name. It's player one.
Yeah!
Hey, you're right. You again, player one. 7 words that complete the speech Patrick Henry gave on March 23, 1775. It's player one. You are correct. You again. HBO comedy starring Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis. The correct response is Bored to Death. Player one. Suge Knight and TUPAC Shakur's rap music record label. Here's what we wanted. Death Row. It's the title of a famous 1793 painting by Jacques-Louis David. Here's what we were looking for. The Death of Marat. You again. His August 8, 1974 speech began, Good evening. This is the 37th time I have spoken to you from this office. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player 1. In 1996, after 20 years managing the Dodgers, this man resigned. Here's the correct response. Tommy Lasorda. Player 1. In 1869, he resigned his Western Union operator's job to devote more time to his inventions. The correct response is Thomas Edison. Player 1. This Chief Justice resigned in 1986 to chair the Commission on the Bicentennial of the U.S. Constitution. Here's what we wanted. Warren Burger. Select. You may know the name of this woman who left NASA in 1993 to go into the business of advanced technologies. We're talking about Mae Jemison. Player 1. CCR. Left a good job in the city. We're talking about Proud Mary. Player 1. Pink Floyd, Part 2. We don't need no education. 5 words. Here's the correct response. Another brick in the wall. Player 1. Nancy Sinatra. You keep saying you've got something for me. Here's what we wanted. These boots are made for walking. The Beatles. Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner. Here's the correct response. Get back. Player 1. Elvis. We're caught in a trap. Player 1. Yes. Player 1. This book says Noah's Ark was 300 cubits in length, making it about 500 feet long. Yes, Player 1? Good for you. Please, Jacob and this other twin son of Rebekah even struggled against each other in their mother's womb. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yeah. That's correct. Player 1. It's the Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. Here is your clue. In Samuel 28, the prophet Samuel appears to King Saul and predicts his defeat by this group. Good. Player 1. According to the Bible, she was not only Abraham's wife, she was also his half-sister. Okay, Player 1. Right. And now the $1,000 clue. Deuteronomy may mean second law, but it's this number book of the Old Testament. Okay, Player 1. Correct. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Royalty on film. Rivers. A century of rain. Fictional females. Panhandling. And the human body. Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen. Here's the response we were looking for. Queen Elizabeth II. Player 1. Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen. The correct response is Elizabeth I. Select Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen. Here's the response we were looking for. Marie Antoinette. Player 1. Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons. Here's the correct response. Henry VIII. Player 1. Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter. We're talking about Eleanor of Aquitaine. You again. Candido Rondon found the River of Doubt, now the Rio Roosevelt, which flows in this country's Amazonas state. Let's hear it, Player 1. Here's what we wanted. Brazil. Player 1. British River, on which Oxford's great rival university is located. We're talking about the Cam. Player 1. GE acknowledges that in the 20th century it dumped PCBs into this river around Troy. The correct response is the Hudson. Player 1. It's fed by the Hasbani River in Lebanon and by the Banias in Syria. Here's the response we were looking for. The Jordan. Please. Its upper part runs clear. It clouds up near Great Falls, Montana, and gets muddier from there. The correct response is the Missouri. Please pick England's Henry VIII. Okay, player 1. No, sorry. Here's what we wanted. The 16th. You get Germany's Wilhelm I. Here's what we wanted. The 19th. Player 1. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And you have the lead. What'll it be? All right, here's your clue. England's William I. The correct response is the 11th. You get Italy's Victor Emmanuel III, 45 years of it. Here's the correct response. The 20th. Player 1. France's Louis XV. Let's hear it, player 1. No. Here's what we wanted. The 18th. Player 1. This Nabokov NYMPHET first appears peering over dark glasses. We're talking about Lolita. Player 1. Isadora Wing is the lusty heroine of this 1973 Erica Jong bestseller. Here's the correct response. Fear of Flying. Player 1. Becky Thatcher is in Tom Sawyer. This Becky is the heroine of Vanity Fair. Here's what we were looking for. Becky Sharp. You get this title heroine tries to set up her friend Harriet with Mr. Elton and is dismayed when Elton proposes to her instead. Here's the correct response. Emma. This Sue Grafton detective was once part of the Santa Teresa Police Department. The correct response is Kinsey Milhone. You get to... In 1508, Dutch author Desiderius Erasmus first used her name with box instead of the traditional vase or jar. Here's the response we were looking for. Pandora. Player 1. Cure-all. Here's the correct response. Panacea. Player 1. Answer. The other daily double. You are in the lead right now. What'll it be? Here is your daily double clue. These wide trousers extending from the waist to the ankles were popular in late 17th century England. Sorry. Here's the response we were looking for. Pantaloons. Player 1. A long, slender cigar. Let's hear it, player 1. Yep. Please pick. It's a sentence using all letters of the alphabet, such as Watch Jeopardy, Alex Trebek's fun TV quiz game. Player 1. We're talking about pangram. Player 1. The part of your eye that looks like a black circle is called this. It's the center of the iris. It's player 1. Yes. You get otoliths are found in the vestibule of the inner part of this organ. Here's what we wanted. The ear. This main artery of the heart is said to resemble a cane with its arch at the top of the heart. It's player 1. Good. Please, this part of the brain, just above the brain stem, is about the size of an orange. Player 1?
Yeah!
That's correct. Here's the $2,000 clue. Here's Jimmy to start us off.
A low arch can cause the foot to roll inward too much when running, an effect called over this.
Here's the correct response. Pronation. I'll see you for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. Landmarks. What are you going to wait? Now it's time for the Final Jeopardy clue, and here it is. The quote, "with malice toward none," is on the wall of his Washington, D.C. memorial. What did you say? With that correct response, you will gain. Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion. Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.